When Dane and Lisa Lyman welcomed their twin boys into the world, they hoped that the brothers would form a tight bond over time. And although they were 4 weeks premature, they were in good health. But as the newborns cried their little hearts out, nurses introduced them to each other for the first time. When they did, something amazing happened. Dane and Lisa Lyman married in February 2014, and it wasn't too long before their family started to grow. On March 10, 2016, the couple welcomed their first daughter, Corinne, into the world. 2 years later, they'd be joined by her sister, Amelia. Then, on November 13, 2018, Dane announced to his family and friends on Facebook that they were expecting twin boys. With the newcomers due in March 2018, it was an exciting time for the growing family. But the additions of twins didn't come as too much of a surprise to the Lymans. It just so happened that Lisa's grandfather had a twin. So the news was not too shocking. Indeed, you're more likely to have a set of twins if there's a history of it in your family. This, however, mostly applies to fraternal twins, or twins produced from separate eggs. Indeed, Dane, who is currently a medical student at the University of Central Florida, and Lisa, who is a trained nurse but not presently working so that she can care for her young family as a stay-at-home mom, were no doubt excited for the arrival of their boys. And then the day came. On February 25, 2020, Lisa gave birth to her baby boys, Caleb and Weston Lyman. Although they were a little early, 4 weeks in fact, the delivery went without any complications, and the twins were healthy, as was Mom. And of course, Dad was there every step of the way, camera in hand to capture the moment. Minutes after their birth, the boys can be seen crying their little lungs out as the nurses take them away to be measured and weighed. Dad followed, filming the whole thing. The twins weren't separated any longer than a few minutes, and they were never too far apart, just a few short inches. Nonetheless, the experience didn't seem to be one that the boys were comfortable with. So what was it that was making Caleb and Weston cry so much? Of course, the twins had been cooped up in Mom's womb for nearly 9 months. Suddenly, being faced with unfamiliar surroundings can be a scary experience for anyone, never mind a newborn baby. Perhaps it was all the new sights, sounds, and smells that had upset them. As the nurses reunited the twins, however, something happened that no one in the room could quite believe. And Dane, whose camera was still rolling, captured the whole thing. When the boys were done with being weighed and measured, they were brought back together. As they came back together, Caleb and Weston were still crying. But then the nurse gently laid one of the boys' heads across the other's chest. The crying immediately stopped when the twins were in close contact. For each of them, the other's presence seemed to calm him. Lisa, who had missed the incredible moment, was grateful that her husband was able to capture it on video. Dane shared it with a few close family members, but then, after spending a particularly poignant Easter weekend with family, he decided to make the video public on Facebook. As Dane explained to Today in May 2020, "I was just feeling really grateful for my family. That video makes us so happy, so I thought, let's see if we can make someone else happy. We were hoping it would brighten people's day the way it brightened ours." Indeed, it's a moment that's resonated with many people. To date, Dane's post has received more than 700 likes and shares and nearly 150,000 views. But that's just on the original post. When News Center Maine ran the story, it went viral. When a Maine news producer contacted Dane to run a story on the video, the twins' dad was baffled. He wrote on Facebook, "It's a little strange seeing them get this kind of attention. We just hope they brighten someone's day. They sure brighten ours." Indeed, brighten someone's day they did. In fact, News Center Maine's own Facebook post of the 20-second video has so far garnered more than 50,000 likes, 65,000 shares, and 5.2 million views. As Dane described, "It was one of the sweetest things to watch, and I'm so glad I caught it on video." Dane continued, "One of our greatest hopes when we found out we were having twins was that, as they grew, they would be good friends and support one another. Seeing them comfort each other just moments after birth was almost like the first step in that special relationship. When I posted it, I had no idea that it would be shared so widely," Dane told A+ in May 2020. "We're amazed that so many people have seen it." Lisa says she's surprised that it's reached so many people around the world. She hopes it continues to brighten people's days even after seeing it in a time or two. Still, it seems the twins don't like to be too far apart. As Dane told Today, "We have them in their bouncing chairs in one room, and whenever we have to move them, the second one starts to fuss after the first one is taken out of the room. They'll also get hiccups at the exact same time. Being a parent is an honor, and it's sharing in moments like the one in the video that reminds us of that," Dane told A+. Family is what it's all about. We're big believers in that. We're grateful for social media that allows us to share these moments with those close to us, but also with anyone in the world.